Radio 66, a fan. WFAN, New York.
And yes, folks, it is 107 in New York City. Chris Soriano with you, 877-337-6666. That's your two-way sports talk telephone number for the next couple of hours until Richard Neer comes your way at 6. And we are following a Yankees postgame of a Yankees game, folks, where again, Gary Sanchez just continues to shine. What was Mark Sanchez to the Jets? He was the Sanchez. I think we could say that about Gary Sanchez now. In his first 84 at-bats in the major leagues, this guy has hit 10 home runs, and he just makes it look easy. And more importantly, folks, he has breathed a breath of fresh air into the New York Yankees. Something that we had not seen for a long time. We would make fun of the Yankees and youth. But not anymore. Not now. And certainly not on this, now the 27th day of August, the year 2016. Yankees are still in it. They are 4 back of the wild card. And they play the Orioles 6 times in the next 10 days. And this will more than certainly determine their wild card fate. Is these 6 games against the Orioles. If they can go 4-2, hell, even 3-3, hold their own against Baltimore, then they're looking pretty good. And they got off to a great start tonight, 14-4 winners. And is it me or has this team, and this is weird, since the night A-Rod, quote, retired, we know it was a release by the Yankees, that Friday night, have you just looked at this Yankee team and seen a different team? This is not the same team that got swept in Tampa. This is not the same team that started off that week knowing that Alex was going to not be with the team after that Friday. Hell, this is not even, and they won that night. This is not the team that we're seeing that was on the field that Friday night. Judge, Austin, Sanchez. Hell, Chad Green has come up and thrown unbelievably good for the boys in pinstripes. They have been absolutely fun to watch. And while the Mets are over there in Flushing floundering, and we'll get to them, yes, they beat a depleted junior varsity Pee Wee Phillies team tonight to stay within 3.5 because bad news for the Met fans, Marlins won, Pirates won, Cardinals won, Giants won. So they gained not 1 inch of ground tonight in the National League wildcard standings. Yankees did, however. A couple teams lost that were in front of them. But as the Mets are floundering, it was supposed to be their year, World Series or bust, this and that. And they're floundering a little bit over 500. The Yankees are in that 4-5-3 games over 500 and are still in it when people were not giving them a chance at all. And we always used to say this, and people used to go, oh, well, what's youth going to do? What's youth going to do? We've seen it with Kansas City. We've seen it with Houston. Now we're seeing a little bit with the Yankees. And if they keep these pieces, and if they develop and get more starting pitching, because I do think that the starting pitching is shady, is shaky. It has held up their end of the bargain the last couple of weeks. But let's be fair here. This is not a good starting rotation. This is not a playoff starting rotation. The bats are heating up. Defense is looking good. But there's still work to do. But they're on the right track. And they're showing you that they know what to do. Who knows? Maybe they went to Teixeira and said, you're going to announce now that you're retiring because we're not bringing you back next year. I mean, think about it. It all happened at once. Teixeira coming out of the blue saying, I'm done, I'm retiring. Then you have Cashman making trades, trading off half the team. People are going, what are you doing? Alex comes out, says he's leaving the team on that Friday. And since then, we have just seen energy in this clubhouse. You see, even when they score, Girardi doesn't have that monotone look on his face. He's clapping. He's smiling. And you don't see that a lot from Joe Girardi. But I think even he knows they got something here. And to be fair to Joe, he has had a roster the last couple of years that has been depleted and that has been old. And he has done wonders with them. You would give this guy a roster full of young guys that can play with some guys that have been in the majors that could still go, not like Teixeira and A-Rod, and you're going to be back to playing meaningful October baseball. Mark my words. You got to give the guy the right pieces. Girardi is a good manager. Stubborn at times, yes. Loves that book a little too much. But you can't argue the success. And people go, oh, well, what have they done playoff-wise? Folks, they've had a roster the last couple of years that has not looked up to par with even winning 79, 80, 81 games. They've won 84, 85. Hell, they made the playoffs last year. With an aging, depleted, injured roster. You never count the Yankees out. You can't do it. And again, as the Mets continue to falter, and again, they're still in it, people aren't talking about the Mets. They're not talking about Wilmer Flores crying. They're not talking about Colon pitching against another minor league team and getting a win. They're not talking about Thor having someone run on him again and then complaining that he has a bone spurt. No, they're talking about the Yankees. They're talking about what's going on in the Bronx. Not that youth movement in Queens. No. The youth movement that's going on in the Bronx. Not Queens, but the Bronx. Lots to get to tonight. Mets did win 9-4. They remain 3.5 out of the wild card. Yankees are 4 out. Tonight, Giants, Jets, Snoopy Bowl, what we can look forward to for that. What are you looking forward to as Giants and Jet fans? Will we see Cruz in action tonight? Whole lot to get to. And we will take your phone calls on the other side of this, 877-337-6666.
Your 101.9 FM and Sports Radio 66 WFAN.